Hello and welcome back to the Drake and Josh podcast. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Jacob.
And we've been drinking.
And today we watched Sheep Thrills. Right now we're drinking Blue Moon. I haven't had a sip yet, so go ahead, Trevor.
So since the last episode, we got Chinese food and we've been drinking a bunch.
Yeah.
Jacob got a bunch of crazy beers for Christmas.
Yeah, Trevor got me a pack of, I guess, international beers. Some of them were crazy, some of them weren't.
Yeah, beers.
Guinness is in there.
Guinness was in there along with Red Stripe.
Yeah.
And Sapiro, which if you go to any sushi restaurant.
I haven't had the Red Stripe yet.
I have never had Red Stripe either.
Me neither.
We'll have to try that in a minute.
It might be nice.
We've been trying all the kind of cool ones.
Yeah.
We tried this one called Crazy Buddha.
Yeah.
Or no. It wasn't Funky Buddha, because Funky Buddha is a Florida brewery.
It was something Buddha. I don't know.
Go get it. Go get it.
It's in a cool bottle.
It's in a really dope bottle. Like, I've never seen a beer bottle this cool. It's like a statue of Buddha in the shape of a... Lucky Buddha. Okay, it was called Lucky Buddha.
Beer is what it says.
Enlightened beer?
Yeah.
Enlightened beer. So, we are enlightened at the moment.
Yeah, it was good. They've all been
very
really good so far. I've liked them all. We also tried a Game of Thrones beer, the Mother of Dragons one, that Abby got me for Christmas as well.
It was a stout ale mix, or was it a porter ale mix? Because I know it was an ale mix.
I think the Stark one was the stout.
Okay, so this was a porter ale mix.
I believe so.
It was very good. I'm not usually a big porter guy, but the ale mix with the coffee flavoring to me was just...
It was good.
On point.
It was a good blend.
It was very good.
It was definitely one that you would sip. Some of the other ones that we had were like just simple ales or like pale ales, and you could just chug those like easy.
Yeah, like the Sapiro.
Yeah.
And the Lucky Buddha and...
But they paired well with the Asian food.
Oh, what was the other one we did? It was the elephant one.
Oh, yeah.
And that was also a pretty cool bottle.
Oh, wait, was that the red ale? Or the red?
No, the red was the last one we tried before we went.
The red was very good. I think
red,
the red and the Buddha have been my favorite.
Yeah. For me, the red was all right. I'm not a huge red ale fan. The last red ale I had, I didn't like. This one, I actually would... Like, I actually enjoyed drinking it.
Yeah, it was very good.
I did not give it to you. Like, the last red ale I tried, I would immediately pawn off on somebody else.
That's wild. I'm shocked. I like reds a lot. Like, I get them out at places.
I think it was a sour red.
You are a sour man, aren't you?
I like sour beers, dude. Sour ales and sour Hefeweizens.
Yeah, Hefeweizen's good.
Hefeweizen's just a good drinking beer.
We still need to go down to the that like German beer hall down in St. Pete.
We will. We're gonna go
get a big ass pint and get some shots,
and then come back here and record an ep.
Fuck yeah!
So yeah, we've been drinking a bunch, and then we watched Austin Powers Goldmember.
We did watch Austin Powers Goldmember,
which is a classic film. It
was classic. It was funny throughout. There were a lot of classic moments in it.
There was a distraction or two.
A few distractions that don't need to be mentioned, Trevor.
Are you sure?
They don't need to be mentioned.
Okay.
He's talking about Foxy Cleopatra.
Foxy Cleopatra is...
Beyonce's in it, and she's amazing, and she's gorgeous.
Yes. That's pretty much all we have to say.
That's pretty much it. That's the movie, basically.
The movie is...
I just couldn't believe they got her in it. They had so many A-list stars in that movie. It was ridiculous.
It's awesome, though.
Yeah.
And so, after that...
Oh, but also, we've been tasting in the little taster glasses that Trev got me for Christmas as well. Thank you for those.
You're welcome.
I like them a lot. They're cool. They came on like a...
the flight board.
Yeah, the flight board. And Trevor carved a W.
I didn't carve. I created a brand and then burned your last initial into it.
W.
It was supposed to be an M. And it's still an M.
It is still an M. I was just giving him a hard time.
It does look like a W if you flip it up. Like, even when you look at it as an M, it kind of looks like it should have been a W that's upside down.
No, it's nice. It's very cool.
I did it a little last minute because I thought we were exchanging gifts the day we met up.
Yeah, no.
In Orlando. And so I
can't do that then.
I only got the board the day before that. So that night I made the brand and put it on thinking I was giving it to you that day. And then it was a little bit fast.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Probably could have done better.
No, it's great. I love it. It's a great board.
The glasses are good though, because
They are
the
very
glasses
useful.
split a standard 12-ounce beer perfectly in half.
Absolutely perfectly. So I guess they're 6-ounce bottles.
6-ounce cups.
Yeah.
But a little more, just because like we don't fill all the way to the top.
Well, yeah. I mean, if like there's a lot of head on it, you could
Yeah.
even just a little bit of head.
A little bit of head gets it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So after Austin Powers, we watched Sheep Thrills.
Yeah. Sheep Thrills, the long forgotten Drake and Josh episode where they have a sheep.
Megan gets a sheep.
Yes.
Baaahhb.
Baaahhb.
Bad.
Baaahhb.
Bad. It's great audio right there.
So how does it start out? It starts out with, let me see,
Josh is super gullible.
Ronaldo the fish
Yes.
being replaced.
Um.
So Josh has a special fish food that he made with his biology teacher.
So Josh won a goldfish at the county fair. And then his biology teacher and him made some special fish food
Yes.
for said goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
Josh starts...
As you do.
As you do. Of course, everyone goes to their biology teacher to ask them to help them make goldfish food.
Very Stranger Things-esque.
Yeah, honestly. You're not wrong. So he starts feeding the fish this food, and then Drake...
Yeah. Drake, he replaces the fish with a 3-pound goldfish. I think he said it was 3 pounds, right?
Something like that. A big goldfish.
And
Twice the size. That's what he said.
Yes,
Twice the size.
Twice the size. And
So Josh thinks his goldfish food is magic.
yeah, magic food. So then eventually the
Then-
food
well-
runs out.
Well, before that,
Oh no.
he upgrades the fish again.
Oh, does he?
You remember, he upgrades. He gets like a double the size, and
I
then
think
he,
I stopped paying attention.
and then he gets the 3-pound fish after that,
Ah, okay, that's where I was gonna
and
be.
it's massive. And then the food runs out. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
And then overnight the fish shrinks down back to its normal size.
Back to original Ronaldo.
Yeah, and then at the end Drake is like, anybody want a 3-pound goldfish?
It's a big old goldfish.
It was fucking
And
big.
so I was wondering. I wonder how a goldfish tastes.
So
Like if you could get a goldfish that big, could you eat that?
you
'Cause I
can't
know-
eat goldfish.
Goldfish are poisonous.
What?
Yes.
Are they really?
I've always been taught that if you bite a goldfish, like the little ones,
Yeah.
you put it in your mouth, and if you bit down on it, it's poisonous. But if you swallow it whole, it's fine because your stomach acids will dissolve it before it can absorb into you.
Huh.
But if you bite it, the poison will like be absorbed through like your mouth.
How poisonous are they? Because I feel like I've never heard this before.
I mean, how often do you hear about people eating goldfish?
I've seen many videos of people eating goldfish.
One of my, not really my relatives, one of the family friends did it at one of my relatives' weddings.
Yeah.
The centerpieces for all the tables at the reception were like goldfish bowls.
Really weird.
It was cool. It was actually kind of cool.
No, that's weird. That's
Anyways,
weird, right?
He was really drunk and swallowed like 2 or 3 goldfish whole,
As you do.
as you do when you're drunk. And I'm just like, that's weird. That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I feel like people do fucked up things around fish.
Yeah.
Like people just look at fish and they're like, that's not a real thing, and they just fucking do whatever they want. You know?
You're not wrong.
Exactly.
It's still disturbing,
Yeah.
regardless.
So then it cuts into after the intro sequence with the song. You want to give a little ditty of the song real
No,
quick?
I'm good right now.
You did last time.
No. Now I've realized like the amount of intoxication I have, and I'm like, that's just not going to end well.
So then after the cool song, Drake and Josh are hanging out in their room, talking about bullshit or whatever the fuck, and then they hear
Getting
noise.
ready for bed.
They hear a goddamn noise.
Hear a noise in the garage.
Oh, guys, there's a fucking noise.
In the garage, because their room is right above the garage. I think
Maybe. It seems like it.
it's implied.
It is implied because every time they go to the room, they zoom in on the room above the garage. So
Yeah.
we're gonna assume it.
It's
right?
heavily implied.
Heavily implied.
So they hear noise, and so
Does it make any sense though with the square footage? Because that room looks way smaller on the outside than it is on the inside. I'm talking about square feet here.
I do understand what you're saying.
Have you seen? Like,
I think
picture
it's-
the outside of the building and then picture the inside of that room.
It doesn't quite make sense. You're not wrong.
But anyway, that's
So-
the room it's implied to be.
Drake is putting before
Yes.
they hear the noise into what looks like a flashlight.
A what?
A flashlight.
Okay.
It looks like it's one of those plastic flashlights.
Yeah.
That he just took the lens off of and the battery out of.
I mean, that works.
I guess, but like of all the things to putt into,
Also, why was he trying to work on his putt game? Why was
he doesn't
try-
golf.
Well, he might.
Drake doesn't golf. I golfed. Drake doesn't golf. Okay, Drake.
You're
is,
very similar to Drake.
Drake is way cooler than me. There's no way Drake golfed.
You know, in this scenario, you're Drake and I'm Josh.
It's not true at all. I'm Josh.
No way.
I'm the loser. You have a girlfriend.
That doesn't mean anything. Josh had a girlfriend. Josh had Mindy.
That's true. He does have Mindy.
I'm the physical comedy one. I'm Josh.
Yeah, I guess
You're
I'm
Drake.
just-
You have similar hair to Drake anyway.
I guess at the moment, yeah, I got cut recently.
So you
Although my
guys-
sides are a lot shorter than his.
We've all figured it out.
So I'm the guy. Well, I did date around a bunch in college.
See?
I'm still not as cool as Drake.
You Drake.
Thank you, I guess.
So anyway, they go down, first, before they go down, when they hear the noise, Drake has his golf club, and then Josh needs a weapon.
Yes.
So,
Josh is like, you have a golf club. What am I going to use?
yeah.
So Drake looks around and gives Josh an aerosol can of some sort.
Yeah, was it Springtime Meadow? I think was the scent of it. So then they quickly head downstairs, and they enter the garage, pitch black, and they just start fighting each other. And
They do. They're just like, they think that there's an intruder, so they start fucking wailing on each other. Josh is spraying his can all over the place. Drake, I thought dropped the golf club, but maybe he didn't.
I
Because
think he hit Josh with it a couple times.
at least a couple times. And yeah, they're just fighting, and then Drake gets Josh in a headlock, and Josh is like, "That's me, that's me."
Yeah.
And it's like, turn on the lights. So they turn on the lights.
And then, so their shirts are all ripped to fuck, and they look at each other, and then they look over. There's a goddamn sheep.
They're just like, what?
They're just Josh is like, "What's up with the sheep?"
That was a damn good line.
It was because he says it so straight. He's just like, "What's up with
He
the
does.
sheep?"
He almost gets to his Southern Belle accent, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Not quite. No, he wasn't pissed off serious.
What up with the sheep?
Yeah.
Just
And
like-
then Megan enters, and she's like, "Did you guys hurt Bob?"
and then Josh is like, "Who's Bob?"
Yeah. And she's like, "No, it's Bob."
Bab, which is a racist sheep name.
It is very. How dare they?
How fucking dare they?
In this climate, come on.
Jesus, guys. The climate of
2002.
2004.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of
6.
Austin Powers Goldmember because they go to 2002. Sorry.
2002.
Classic movie.
Classic movie. This was 2000, probably 6.
Beyonce.
because It's 4 to 7.
I think I'm now a big Beyonce fan.
Weren't you always?
No, I didn't. I was not before.
Really?
Now I am.
Is there a specific reason for that, Jacob?
Not at all.
Not at all. It's that music she sang at the beginning.
That was actually dope.
Disco. Disco, 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 disco.
I thought you said you weren't gonna sing.
I said I wasn't gonna sing the intro to Drake and Josh. I never said I would.
You're right. You're right. I apologize. You're right.
Don't harsh my mellow, man.
Absolutely.
Or
So,
wait, was that
Megan convinces Drake and Josh to
take Baaahhb.
take Baaahhb into the room.
Yes.
They're like, "Why would we do that? That's crazy talk. You're insane."
Why the fuck would we help you? You're a fucking cunt.
we hate
What?
you. You're a bitch. They say all these. This is verbatim.
This is a very explicit episode.
It's rated fucking TVMA.
Like, it's one of those weird ones where it's like, how did this get? I know this is Dan Schneider's image.
This is Dan Schneider's wet dream of an episode. Fucking Josh hangs dong.
Josh fucks a sheep.
Josh hangs dong, and he bangs Bab. How do you think they have a baby? How do you think
That's a spoiler for later in the
Oh,
episode.
sorry, spoilerino.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah. So Josh fucks a sheep.
Yeah, and in short, that's what Sheep Thrills is about.
That's honestly what this episode. It was a cheap thrill with a sheep thrill
exactly.
with a sheep pussy.
So, so Megan is like, "Hey, listen, you take Baaahhb, and I will not prank you for 3 fucking months."
And the guys are just like, they about cum their pants.
And they're like, "Done."
They're like, can you imagine a world? And so basically cut to that shot
Yeah.
in Titanic where Jack and Rose are like spinning around at the dance
Yeah.
at the bottom of the ship, except it's like flowers behind Drake and Josh. And Megan's throwing flower petals on them.
Yeah, it was like a weird dream sequence.
It's a weird wet dream.
Yeah.
Baaahhb wasn't there, unfortunately.
So they take Baaahhb back up to their room, and Baaahhb starts living with them.
Yes.
Destroys the room.
Cut to the next day. Drake and Josh come home. Hype as fuck about something.
How could you not be?
Exactly. They're like,
The grades. Oh, the
Drake-
pudding! I forgot.
The pudding.
I forgot. Sorry.
I saw you physically cringe at the pudding thing.
Yeah, because I like being clean, Trevor.
So Drake and Josh get home and they're excited. Drake got a 90 something on one of his tests, which brought his
No, it was like an 88, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like a B.
Or an 87. I think there was a 7 in there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever it was brought his grades up high enough that he won't have to repeat algebra again.
Yeah, brought him into the D range, so it counts as passing, technically.
He passed.
Um,
So they're like, you know what it calls? Pudding.
shows you how easy it is to pass high school.
Fuck high school. I hated that.
All you got to do is get a D.
I miss college. I fucking do not miss high school.
No, yeah, same.
So yeah, they're hype as fuck. They both get pudding out of the big bowl of pudding out of the fridge,
The biggest bowl of pudding.
and they both get spoons. and
Big spoons.
Eat a spoon of pudding,
Yeah.
and like also a toast
Yeah, cheers
to
it.
no pranks for 3 months. I can't
Yeah.
talk right now.
And then they hear a noise, and they fucking launch the pudding or some shit?
No.
Why did they launch the pudding?
No, okay. So what happened was they were like, "Cheers to that," and then they eat the pudding.
Eat the pudding.
The second they double dip with
Yeah.
the spoons.
That's
So,
fine, though. They're brothers.
Drake is like, "All right, I'm gonna go upstairs and check on Baaahhb."
Baaahhb.
And Josh stays down and is like, "All right, I'll get us some drinks." He proceeds to hold the pudding in one hand like a waiter above his head and grabs cups off the counter, starts pouring some mocha cola or whatever, and then
Disgusting
Drake
combo.
screams for him,
Oh, yeah.
and Josh just loses it. Like, he's all the way downstairs. There's no way it would scare him that much.
It might have.
He drops the pudding, and you just see it explode all over the wall.
It destroys the kitchen, and it... Oh, God. I can't even imagine trying to clean that bitch up.
How would you go about cleaning that up, Jacob?
I don't even know where to start. I would look at it with my hands above my heads and just be like, what the fuck do I do?
For the listeners watching, Jacob put his hands above his head on the
Yeah.
side of his head with his elbows facing outward.
Yeah,
at a
that's a good
perpendicular
visual.
angle.
That's a very good visual. So they go, Josh quickly runs upstairs
Well,
because he
no,
doesn't know what
he's-
to do in the kitchen. He tries
he-
to throw a towel at it.
He's like, he goes over and for some reason he picks up a paper towel, which is reasonable. He also picks up another cup and is like, grabs them and looks at the pudding for a second, looks back, looks at the pudding, and then just like, oh, fuck it, throws it down and runs upstairs.
yeah, I mean, because you can't do anything about it.
I mean, he could, just not at that time.
Ma's
frame.
going to clean that up.
That's fucked up. That's sexist.
Or Walter. I
Walter.
said or Walter.
Walter would definitely clean it up.
Walter's fixing the car.
Walter's a bitch.
Walter's fixing the car.
Walter's not fixing the car.
They
for
drive a fucking Mustang.
Walter's not fixing the car for like another 2 days.
They drive a bright blue Mustang.
They do drive a bright blue Mustang.
Walter
Walter probably drives the bright blue Mustang to make him feel like a man because he's a pussy.
Jeez. So Josh goes upstairs and he sees that his room is absolutely destroyed. He's pissed.
Baaahhb ate Oprah.
Well, yeah, Baaahhb was trying to make himself at home.
He ate. Well, it ate Oprah.
Yeah.
So Josh was about to fucking murder Baaahhb.
Yeah. And they're like, I think Bob's sick.
Cause Megan comes home and is like, I think Bob's sick, and they're like, well, fucking let's go to a vet. And they're like, wait, we don't have a car. Mom and dad are gone.
Yeah, I guess they only have one car now. The one car
Or
exists.
they might have taken separate vehicles.
How? Explain to me this.
Drake and Josh are both above 16. How do they not have a car to share?
How does a family of 5 drive just a Mustang?
They have more than the one. I think
You don't know that.
I think mom was probably out getting groceries and dad was probably still at work because he's a fucking meteorologist or some
Sexist bitch.
punk shit. No. TV makes people stay late. You know this. I know this. Don't
Trevor, no.
don't make me the asshole.
I'm not. We're just calling back to the last episode.
I don't think they heard that. Here.
Oh, they definitely. Okay, well, that's my fucking computer desk that you're trying to break.
I'm trying to break it. I was just making a noise.
So they bring over the doctor that they always bring over to the house.
Their neighbor boy doctor.
Yeah, and he's eating a bowl of fucking wheat squares.
Like a pussy.
And Josh takes the fucking bowl from him, so he just has a fucking spoon.
And he's like, wait, who's Baaahhb? I thought you said your dad fell down the stairs again.
And Drake's like, I promise if you help the sheep, I'll push him down the stairs again.
He's like, well, I'm not a vet. I'm a doctor, so I'll go. And they're like, no, just help him.
Can you imagine that? He's like, I'll push him down the fucking stairs. He's going to push Walter downstairs. What if he kills him?
He'll get the insurance money.
What if he kills Walter?
I'm sure Walter has a damn good life insurance and policy with how fucking clumsy he is.
That's like some Fargo shit.
He falls off the roof all the time.
Well, the roof is constantly a part of this show.
Yes.
But so he goes up. They all go upstairs and they peek into the room. And
Baaahhb is Lady Baaahhb and had a baby,
yeah, baby little lamb,
which is fucking
clean.
It's bullshit.
And it makes sense.
It makes no sense
It makes a lot of sense.
with the time frame they were dealing with.
Trevor, you don't know what you're fucking
That fucking lamb would be covered
Trevor, you
in
have no idea what you're
afterbirth,
talking about, Trevor.
as well as Drake's bed.
Trevor,
And
you're a cow farmer. You don't know about sheep.
I know enough.
Well,
I literally watched a calf give birth yesterday.
well, there you go, folks.
Okay? It's a lot of fluid.
So, well, the mattress soaked it up. All right, his mattress is fucked.
I don't doubt that for a second. But
So they have got a lamb.
they've got a lamb, and Baaahhb is not a boy.
And they have to pay the doctor for his diagnosis, which is $100 and $50 to silence him.
Keep him quiet.
Yeah, keep him fucking quiet.
Hush money.
Exactly. So $150 for the doctor, for basically just to bring the doctor over and bring him upstairs. Man, that's easy money.
That's fuck. Yeah, I'd literally walk over. He went, she's pregnant. Was pregnant. Give me $100.
And then 50 more.
Then give me 50 more to not talk about this to your parents. All right, bye. I'm going home to finish my week. I don't think he even had a single bite of his wheat squares while he was there.
He didn't.
He just literally grabbed the bowl and left with $150.
Insane.
That's a bunch of wheat squares he could buy. That's a bunch of alcohol he could buy with that.
You think he's an alcoholic? He is a doctor. Yeah. So then, I mean, now they just have a fucking baby fucking sheep. What even happens after that? The sheep escapes at some point. I know that. So I have pudding toast double.
So they have the
Double
thing,
dip
and Drake tries to feed the calf, not the calf, the lamb.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm in the cattle mindset. They give the lamb a bottle of fucking Mocha-Cola.
Diet Mocha-Cola.
Which would have probably killed the calf.
No.
It would not have been good for it.
It definitely looked like it didn't want it, so.
So Josh comes back with the fucking bag of feed.
Yeah.
Which only cost him $20, and he was complaining about that, which I don't get. Because a bag of fucking cattle cubes is like $35.
How much is a bag of
sheep feed? I don't know. Chicken feed is, I mean, that's a pretty standard price, like $20. I think chicken feed might be like,
maybe he's complaining because he still has to do it. Like, this is Megan's problem.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's a lot of feed for one sheep for $20.
You know, Sorry.
That's fine. It's behind the mics. They didn't really hear. Oh, wow. Look at that spike. Was that the glass clink or was that me?
For sure, the glass.
Jeez, oh,
Look at it.
Oh, look at that.
So, what the fuck happens after that?
They get the feed and then fuck.
The feed.
Fuck it. I'm gonna stay in it. All right. And then the sheep escapes.
Yeah.
And they go close the door so it doesn't get out, and they look around. It's like, oh, the sheep's gone.
Yeah.
You take it. Hold on.
So then they got to go find Baaahhb, and Baaahhb is escaped. It's downstairs. So they follow the sheep downstairs, and the mom's down there. She's like knitting or some shit. And when they go downstairs, when they see Baaahhb in the kitchen peeking its head over the counter, they both scream at the top of their lungs, and so the mom is like, "What the fuck just happened?" And they're like, "Oh, Drake's got something in his eye." And Drake just starts freaking out. He's like, "I got something in my eye." And then Josh is like, "I'll go make smoothies." So he heads to the kitchen, and the mom's
because
like,
the sheep was in the kitchen. He popped his head over the counter.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
I missed that part. I'm so
and
sorry.
the mom's like, "What?" She tries to turn around, and Drake grabs her, and he's like, "I got something in my eye." And then when Josh heads into the kitchen,
the
suddenly,
fucking sheep is gone.
No sheep.
And he looks in the oven for the sheep like a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
why would the sheep be in the oven? It's too big. And why are you looking like it's going to be dead? Because the oven's off. Josh, I'm mad at you for how dumb that was.
And then Josh is like, I can't find the smoothie stuff. And then Drake is like, maybe you should check in the garage.
And the mom's like, why would there be smoothie stuff in the garage?
And he's like, my eye.
My eye.
So Josh,
I have special eyes.
he heads into the garage.
I'm sorry.
Walter's in there working on the Mustang, doing his thing.
Walter doesn't know how to work on cars.
And then Josh screams, and Walter hits his head on the thing. That's the first time Walter gets destroyed.
And he's like, oh, wow, the thing? I was just so worried about the thing, the alternator or whatever he said.
And then Josh sees the sheep, Baaahhb.
Well, that's when he screams.
Yeah, Baaahhb.
Baaahhb.
And he then crushes Walter underneath the hood.
It's like, oh, I don't know. You're just stuck. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
Let me call Drake to help get you out.
Yeah, so he calls Drake. Drake suddenly, he's fine. His eye doesn't hurt anymore.
Like, let me go help with the smoothie stuff.
Yeah, he heads into the garage for the smoothie stuff. And Drake just like points at Baaahhb over.
Josh.
And then Drake brings him upstairs. Gucci.
Drake tries to bring him up. I just burped into the mic. I'm so sorry about that.
Everybody at home is crying.
Drake tries to bring Baaahhb upstairs, but gets caught in the kitchen because he's afraid Mom will see, even though she's looking the other direction. Baaahhb. So Josh is like, why haven't you taken him upstairs? He's like, oh. So Josh goes in the fridge and grabs an avocado.
As you do.
And just fucking launches it at a lamp sitting.
Destroys it.
Just destroys the lamp sitting next to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of property damage that happens in this home. They break lamps a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Last episode, they broke a lamp during the wrestling match. So he launches it, breaks the lamp, and the mom gets up and is like, the fuck?
Yeah, she's like, this lamp just exploded.
Walter comes in and is like,
what's this avocado doing?
What's going on? And she's like, this lamp just exploded. And then they make it upstairs.
Yeah.
And Walter's like, yeah, what's this avocado doing on the floor? And Mom's just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like, can you not put two and two together? Somebody
can't do it.
There
was like avocado like on the fucking lamp.
Somebody threw a fucking avocado, and the avocado obviously exploded, as well as the lamp.
So they bring the sheep upstairs, and they're like, we're home free. We're good. We're Gucci.
All right. You hold Drake. Josh is like, Drake, you hold on to the sheep. I'm going to go downstairs and make sure Mom and Dad are not two. As he's saying two, is opening their bedroom door.
Boop.
Suspicious. And there's Mom and Dad, arms crossed, just glaring. He's just like, Just slams the door. I'm
Right
sure
on their
Look at that.
faces.
Wait for it.
Slams the door right in their faces, and he's and then they just enter the room, and they catch him. They catch him sheep-handed. They have 2 sheep. Actually, one is technically a lamb. That's one of the jokes they make.
They're like, why do you guys have 2 sheep in your room? And Josh is like, well, one's technically a lamb. So,
Yeah,
like,
they don't want to hear a word of it though.
he tries to hide the lamb behind a pillow for a second.
Yeah,
and
that
he's
was
like,
funny.
This isn't working.
And
fucking
launches
throws
it.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the part where
What part?
Baaahhb shit in Josh's bed.
Oh yeah, shit in his bed.
Anyways, all right, I mentioned it. We're
Well, he
good.
sprays it with the aerosol can.
He does spray it with the air
It
freshener.
wouldn't do anything.
Oh, I forgot to mention the part where Josh just fucking just sprays Drake in the face for like 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, he does spray Drake in the face with the aerosol, and like that would hurt.
That would not be
Like your eyes would be fucked. But anyway, yeah. So they've been caught, and they're like, you know what? No, it was Megan, and so the parents aren't buying it.
They're like, you expect us to believe that a 12-year-old girl went on the internet and bought a pregnant sheep.
Yeah.
And they're like, that doesn't sound very believable.
I mean, I wouldn't believe it.
I mean, I don't blame them. I wouldn't. Well,
You'd believe it?
no.
I wouldn't believe it.
With how well Megan's had her like cover up,
Yeah.
it's no way in hell.
12-year-olds are just on YouTube watching Minecraft.
Nowadays, I would believe it because it's so easy for people to just buy shit on the internet nowadays.
I mean, I guess that's true, yeah. And then Megan enters the room, and she's like, whoa, cool, a sheep.
He's
And
so
she's like,
cute. and
where'd
she
you
hugs
guys
it
get it?
like a bitch.
And then the parents just like look at him. They're like, "Meh," like, you guys lose. And Drake and Josh are like, well, how long are we grounded? And they're like, a month. So then it cuts to the next scene. And Josh is Xing off the calendar.
It's like,
Their
all right,
final day.
last day. Tomorrow we're free men. Mm-hmm. And Drake is brushing his teeth at their bedroom window and then spits out the window.
And then gargles with Mountain Fizz.
It's just Mountain Dew.
It's Mountain Fizz. Thank you very much.
Gargles with Mountain Fizz and spits that out the window, presumably onto the garage.
No, I think it's just like the side bit between the two houses.
I feel like it's either the garage or it's the driveway into the garage.
No, I think it's because it's the side window. It's not that front window. It's the side one.
But the garage is not in front of the house. It's beside the house.
We'll check the floor plan later. But anyway.
Either way.
So then they hear a noise. Another noise.
Akin to the beginning of the episode.
So they grab their same weapons. The golf club for Drake and the aerosol can for Josh.
Yep.
As you do.
Because it served him so well in the past.
And then they head downstairs.
Buy a
and
gun.
They turn the light on for the garage. And they see Megan with a fucking zebra.
Where the fuck did she get a zebra? A sheep, like, okay, fine. That's easy to get a hold of. I could get a hold of a sheep in like probably 2 days.
A zebra.
A zebra? That's an exotic animal.
You think you get a zebra?
No way. You have to get permits and shit for something like that.
How quickly you think you get a zebra?
How quickly could I get a zebra?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It'd probably take me a month to get a zebra.
I like that you thought about it. You're like, fuck, all right, I'm going through the process. Let me think.
I have a zebra pelt, but I don't have a zebra.
Yeah, so she's got a zebra in the garage, and they immediately just turn around and leave.
Yeah, because why the fuck would they ever deal with that shit again? Tomorrow is freedom for them.
Yeah.
Why on earth would they risk it?
Yeah, you can't risk it. Not even for the biscuit.
They still get 2 months. They upheld their end of the bargain.
They're not going to get those 2 months.
I guess they didn't, though, because they did try and rat her out at the end.
Yeah, and she tried to prank them again with the zebra. So... Because she tried to catch
I don't
him
think
in
that
the
was
same
them
thing.
pranking her. I don't think that was her pranking them. I think that was legitimately she bought a zebra.
Yeah.
Because she is still a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And 12-year-old girls like little like animals like that.
Yeah.
Ponies
and then,
and like zebras and sheep and goats and all that shit.
That's true. Every kid wants to be a veterinarian for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just the truth. I didn't when I was a kid, but
I thought about
that's
it.
because I've never really liked animals.
I wanted
that
to be a
much.
chef more than anything.
That's cool. You still could be, man.
I could. I'm not going to. But
So then
Wow,
the
that was really
after
quiet.
credit sequence, is just them like sneaking around. It really wasn't anything interesting.
it was the
They were sneaking
There was a
around.
deleted scene from them going into the garage the first time.
Yeah, it wasn't anything cool.
Where Josh was like, or Drake was like, I got my golf club. And Josh was like, Drake's like, you ready? To Josh. And he just sprays the aerosol can for like a few seconds. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's dumb. So
like,
that was it. How many quatlers would you give it out of 10?
This is honestly about the same as the last episode for me.
Interesting.
So 6.
Yeah, I liked it a little bit less than the last episode. I will also give it a 6, because I gave the last one a 7. It was okay. It was all right.
Yeah,
not bad. It was pretty funny. There weren't any real bad moments. There was like good moments, and then like it was fine in between.
there was nothing that was laugh out loud funny in this episode.
No. See, last episode I had laugh out loud moments. That's why you gave it a 7. You downplayed last episode. Like
I did. There was some like decent internal chuckle moments last episode. I don't think there was laugh out loud moments last episode.
There were for me.
There was ridiculous moments, which I guess are the same thing. I don't know.
So who do we want to shout out?
I don't know. There wasn't really any crazy cast on this one.
No, there was no extra cast except for the sheep.
Oh, did the sheep get credited? He did not.
Oh, let's the doctor, Rourke Critchlow. Rourke Critchlow playing Dr. Glazer.
Yeah, he did.
You go back to the list. He was in Mr. Deeds apparently. Scroll down. Who do we got here?
We got hairstyle. Oh, wait, where's the animal handler?
Set decoration. Jason Howard, because he had to have destroyed stuff.
He did. Is there an animal handler?
Maybe. Other crew, animal trainer right there at the top. Tamara Andrews.
Tamara Andrews, good job.
And Linda Dunn was also an anima trainer. There was a bunch of them actually. Tom
Cody
Roach,
Smith,
Megan Schaefer, Cody Smith. That's all of the animal trainers. That's a lot.
good job to y'all. And also, a quick shout out to Carol Kaninsky, Craft Services.
Fuck yeah.
Craft Services, one of the most underrated parts of any set. The most vital thing on any set, because without Craft Services, we would all be dead.
Amen, brother. And also, Jeannie Taylor, who was a script soup, who did a great job. I didn't see any continuity errors.
No continuity errors this time.
That we noticed. So
we
great
were
job.
Also a little more intoxicated this time, but that's fine.
Well, so those are our shout outs for this episode.
It was a pretty decent episode. Do you have anything to add at the last minute, Jacob?
No, it was decent. I enjoyed it. There were no like terrible moments, and it was solid all throughout.
Just solid, just world building.
Yeah. So we'll catch you guys for the next episode, and go watch some Drake and Josh.
Bye, guys.